Hello beautiful people and welcome back to another video by your girl here, Bubbly Beauty. So today's video is going to be slightly different than normal in the rest of the advent calendar unboxings, and that I'm making my own. So I really like the idea of the Huda Beauty advent calendar. I really wanted to try it, but the price and the value that you get were a little off for me. Like a 30% discount on the products, I felt like I could get that and actually just get stuff that I really wanted for the same price as the advent calendar, but not get any of the filler fluff that I don't want. So recently Huda Beauty had a Black Friday sale and I went on the site for that and picked a bunch of stuff that I wanted. Now it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be because a lot of the stuff was out of stock, but I managed to come up with 12 items worth of things that ended up costing me just as much as the advent calendar did or would have, and I think I'm going to like all the stuff, where this is all stuff that I wanted to try. So let's just see. You can tell me whether or not you think I did a good job on the advent calendar versus my box, but I think this is a better way to do it because their prices, that's not a really good discount. So if you really want to try out 12 different things, maybe it's worth it to go on the site and actually like wait for a sale and then buy 12 different things that you actually really want than an advent calendar that might not come with the things that you want to try. And that's just my opinion on it. Normally advent calendars have this ridiculously large saving, and that's why they're worth it, is because you don't get to choose, and so you're going to get some stuff that you don't like. But if it's like 75% off, then it's worth the risk a little bit more because you're saving that much more on the other stuff. So if you get two things you don't like and one thing that you do, it doesn't hurt as much as when it's like 30% off and then you get two things you don't like and one thing that you do. You feel like you've lost money. That's just my thoughts on it. But anyways, this is my version of the Huda Beauty advent calendar. Let's get into it. So for reference, all my prices are going to be in Canadian because that's what my price breakdown ended up being. Initially I bought stuff on the American site and it was much easier to find stuff than the Canadian site, but we'll not get into that. For some reason stuff was in stock on the American website and not on the Canadian website. I don't know. But the House of Huda 12-door advent calendar ends up being $221 Canadian. Yeah, it says save 35% on the new 12-door advent calendar, so 35% in savings. So my subtotal was $226.30, so about $5 more than the advent calendar, but the shipping was free. And then there was sales tax, and then I had an order discount. So at the very end of the day, my total was $230.16. Whereas if I bought the advent calendar on its own sales tax, it would have been this. So overall, kind of did better than the actual advent calendar itself. But I still got 12 items that I'm excited to try out. So let's get into it. Let's try and match them as much as we can. So the first thing I'm going to start off with are actually the things that are the same that I would have loved to get in the advent calendar that I actually got for myself. So the very first thing is the Wishful Yo Glow enzyme scrub. I think it's an exfoliator. So the one in the calendar, however, is a gingerbread scent, which I'm not so sure that I would have liked. But this is the tropical fruit scent. It does not want to open. The little thing was like completely stuck in there. So this is what it looks like. It's quite small. I do have a full size of the regular Yo Glow scrub, but I wanted a little travel one to take with me on vacations, and the tropical fruit one sounded like a great scent for that. Because usually I go on tropical vacations, but this is what it looks like up close. Let's see if it focuses. And so when I purchased this, it was $18.90, which is actually quite a bit for such a tiny tube, but I do like it and I do use it. So I think that this will be great. And again, I think I'll enjoy the pineapple scent much more than I would the gingerbread one. I'm not really into my facial care smelling like cookies. Just a thing. Yeah, that smells really nice. It smells actually very similar to the standard Yo Glow enzyme scrub because I think it also has some pineapple in it. But so that's the first item, and it's the exact same. They did have some good stuff in the advent calendar. That's why I was interested in it in the first place. But then it had a lot of stuff that I just was never going to use. The next thing I think that I got that was the exact same is the Legit Lashes mascara. This is the travel size. I don't know if in the calendar it's full size or travel size, but I don't go through mascaras fast enough to justify getting a full size, and they always dry out on me. So getting a small size of it seems like a good idea. It's double-ended, like one different kind of wand on each side. So you coat your lashes with one side and then the other. I'll have to look at it a bit more closely to figure that out. So this is the Legit Lashes double-ended mascara mini, and it was $13.30. Yeah, it's hard to say whether or not you got the mini or the full size in the calendar. Looks like you might get the full size one in the calendar, but again, I don't go through them fast enough, so I figured I'd just get the mini size for me. The next thing I got that was very, very similar was this Balm Brows Micro Shade Brow Pencil. And it doesn't really say what color came in the advent calendar. Mine I got in soft black, and it was $14.70. And this is nice because brow products are just so specific to the person. Like, you have to kind of customize it to your color. Now, my eyebrows are like somewhere between a very deep brown and a black, and so I kind of went with this soft black color just because it matches my actual eyebrow color the best. I thought that I had lighter brows than I did. I do not. So let's keep going. So I think here's where we branch off. So in the actual calendar, you get a Water Jelly Hydrating Face Primer, which no thank you, I don't want it, I don't need it. A Wishful Thirst Trap Juice Peptide Serum. I have enough skincare. The Eye Lift and Snatch Instant Sculpting Masks. Now I actually did want to get those, but I couldn't find them. They were sold out, I mean. The Life Liner Quick and Easy Liquid Liner, which I have a lot of eyeliners. I don't really need another eyeliner, so that's why I wasn't like super excited about that. The Samantha Falls Lashes. The Wishful Honey Whip Peptide Moisturizer. Again, I don't use, I have like my favorite false lashes, and they're not glue false lashes, they're magnetic, so I would more likely use those. And the Honey Whip Peptide Moisturizer, I was kind of interested in it, but again, I have a skincare routine that I like. So the Beauty Silk Balm Lip Balm, I got something similar. The Power Bullet Matte Mini in Interview, I again got something similar but not quite the same. And then the Obsessions eyeshadow palette, I got something similar but not the same. So in terms of the other stuff that I got, instead of the Obsessions palettes, which I was not interested in, I got myself a full-size palette. This is the New Nude by Huda, and I have been eyeing this for a long time. I really am into pink tone nudes as like eyeshadows and just like those movie tones, and that just speaks to me on such a big level. This was probably the thing that made it very difficult to fit everything into the price range bracket, because eyeshadow palettes are freaking expensive. But I really wanted this, and I wanted it to be stuff that I would want and not just stuff that I'm using to fill up a cart to get the same price range. So this was really important for me to put in there, and so I kind of did a bit of cheating in order to make everything else fit, because technically the minis, I would have been easily able to hit my goal and get some other stuff that I might have wanted to fit within the price range, but this made it so it's a little bit more difficult, and I did have to use some free stuff to kind of bump it up to 12. But again, it's something that I actually wanted, so of course I'm gonna get it. And the New Nude eyeshadow palette comes to a whopping $57.40. So yeah, definitely bumped up the total quite a bit. The other things was that instead of the matte lipstick, I got myself something else that was similar. I don't know why they put it in like a plastic. This is the Sweet Nudes Power Bullet Cream Glow Cream Lipstick. Like, I don't want a matte lipstick, I want a hydrating lipstick. And it's supposed to be super comfortable. And this is in the shade Honey Bun, which just looked like a really good shade on the website and on the model. Not too, like, it looks more brown definitely in the tube than I thought it would be. It looked more pink on the actual model. Unfortunate, but it's such a cute little lipstick package, and I really wanted to try a lipstick from them, but I didn't want something super matte and drying because my lips are usually pretty dry to begin with. And so the lipstick was $22.40. And the last thing that was similar was the lip balm. So I actually got this Diamond Balm Sparkly Lip Balm in the shade Dirty Thoughts. I don't know why, it just kind of spoke to me. They looked really cool, but I wasn't going to spend a lot of money on a lip balm. Beautiful packaging for a lip balm. It's so sparkly. Oh my god, it's this gorgeous purple color. It's very sheer though, as far as I know, so it's the main reason why I got it. But yeah, I just wanted, and I love the packaging, and it was on sale, deeply discounted on the website, so I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I don't mind paying this much for a lip balm, because the Diamond Balm in Dirty Thoughts only came out to $5.80, which is not that bad for a sparkly lip balm. So I figured, why not? Let's give it a shot. So that's it for the stuff that was similar. And then I kind of went off on the other stuff. Now, the interesting thing is it actually does come with the Water Jelly Hydrating Primer sample, so I can still try it out and give you my thoughts on the primer. I don't know if I'll like it, but I can at least still try it for you. But, and this is one of the big reasons why I like getting my own stuff, is because you get to pick. And I actually picked a foundation. So this is the Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint in the shade 03 Light. And this is it here. That might actually be a really good match. Wow. From the bottle to my skin. Hopefully. We'll see. But I really wanted to try a foundation from them, but I have been having more dry skin after getting my skin treatments, so a lot of acne type foundations just don't work for me anymore. The foundation was a bit expensive. It was $32.90, but I'm actually really excited to try it. So yeah, that's something that you cannot get in advent calendars, because it's like suicide. You don't know if the person's going to be the same skin tone who's getting the box. Like, it's a bad move. So the next thing I actually got was another brow product in medium brown, and it is the Balm Brows Full and Fluffy Fiber Gel, and it has like little fibers in the actual like mascara here in the wand. And I just wanted to try that as well. I like having kind of different types of brow products in case I'm not feeling super fussy and just want to do something really quick. And I like the brow mascaras, the filling mascaras for that. And so this is the Balm Brows Full and Fluffy Fiber Gel in medium brown, and it was $16.80. Not bad. And the next thing I got was the Lip Contour 2.0 Automatic Lip Pencil in the shade Vivid Pink. And I didn't necessarily get everything to match each other, so I might not end up using this today. It just seemed like a shade that I would use quite regularly normally, and so I figured I don't have that many lip pencils, and I wanted to like try one of their lip pencils. Ooh, that's a nice color actually. Maybe that with a little bit of lip balm on top of it, that might be nice. Let's actually see how that goes next to the honey color. Oh, that is much more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. Wow. So this is the two of them side by side right there. The lip balm is much more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. Let's try the, seemed to not work for a second. So this is the Diamond Balm. Ooh. Okay. Give some massive sparkle actually. It's like an iridescent balm. The Lip Contour in Vivid Pink 2.0 was $16.80. And then I also got, because I don't have very many of them, I got a bronzer. And this is in the shade 01 Light. It's the Glowish Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. Oh, this is huge. Okay, that's what it looks like on the inside. That is really nice actually. I think that'll be a good shade match for me. It's kind of hard to tell because it's marbled, but I don't have very many bronzers, so I did want to try a bronzer. I mean, I could try swatching it. Let's see how this goes. That might actually still be too dark even though it says light. Oh, no, never mind. That's it right there. It goes on really soft. Yeah, so I'm excited to try that out as a bronzer. Bronzer was $27.30, which is quite a lot. I did try to get a mini because I just don't use bronzer that often, but the minis were sold out in my actual color, so couldn't get it. Oh well. And the last two things were actually free. So these were, if you bought a certain amount, you got these for free, and I was just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna add them to the cart, and hey, there's my 12 things. And these are both matte and metal liquid shadows, and they're called Melted Shadows. And so there's just dual sticks. Oh, that is not the packaging I expected. Okay. And I got one in Bamboo Hoops and the other in Request Line and Slow Jams. I'm gonna open them both up. And so one is like this purpley pink, and one is this kind of nude color. I'm gonna try swatching these and we'll see how this goes. The consistency right out of the gate almost feels a bit like a liquid lipstick. So I got it slightly wrong. So on the left here, or right, I guess for you guys. Anyways, this one over here, that one over there, the matte shadow is called Faux Fur, and the shimmer shadow is called Bamboo Hoops. I really just swatched that awfully so that you can see it. Jesus. And then the purpley ones, the matte shadow is called Request Line, and the shimmery shadow is called Slow Jams. Pretty neat concept, really. They do dry down fairly fast, and they dry down very pigmented. So it's an interesting concept, really. I'm kind of intrigued. Anyways, that is the 12 things that I got as my Huda Beauty advent calendar, and I'm just excited to actually try plopping this all on my face. Let's give it a go. That was the whole point of this video, was like unbox it and then try it on. So this is also my first time ever trying Huda Beauty, so it's kind of like a first impressions as well. I've never owned anything by Huda before. Been intrigued by the eyeshadow palettes. I think that's the thing that caught my eye the most, but I also have like really liked her lipsticks look and the contour and the lip thing, so I'm just excited to try out this stuff. So the first thing I'm actually going to try out is this diamond balm, because my lips are a little bit chapped. Let's see if it works as an actual lip balm and how pigmented it is. I'm just going to put my hair back so it doesn't get in my face while I'm doing my makeup. So here we go. Okay, that is very deceptive. So it looks like it will be super rough and hard because of all the sparkles on it, but it's actually extremely soft and feels very hydrating. I'm kind of shocked. Like, the visual discrepancy is kind of impressive. It adds just this tiniest bit of iridescent shimmer to my lips, which will be impossible to get out. Oh well. It's nice feeling. I quite like it, actually. It feels so good. And I think it smells nice too, actually. More so that it doesn't actually have a scent, which is also appreciated. And I love this packaging. Like, if it didn't have so much shimmer in it, I'd probably make this my go-to lip balm, because I love, 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 love the packaging. The free sample of the water jelly primer. Oh, it's such a tiny little droplet. Wow. Okay. It's so small. I guess that'll do my face. Probably start in the middle of my face then, just in case. That is not a pleasant consistency. It is true to its name though. It feels like jelly. It feels excessive using a primer underneath a skin tint. I guess we'll try it. Okay, we'll just do the T-zone because it is very hard to get product out of that little sample pack. It's a cute concept to put it in like a water drop, but it's ridiculously hard to get the stuff out. I have no idea if that actually did anything or not. And that's kind of why I don't like primers anymore. Sure, you might be able to notice a difference if you're planning on wearing your makeup for hours upon hours, but I usually don't wear my makeup that long. And then I also just don't need the lasting formula for it, and then I just don't notice any actual benefit to wearing them. If you're only going to wear them for like an hour or two or three or four, sometimes you don't need the extra boost, and then you just don't notice any actual effect of the primer. So it just felt like a waste of money to continue with getting more primers. I have some and I'm going to try using them up, but I don't need more. Sometimes I feel like primers are a scam. That is thoughts for another time. So I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty foundation brush with the skin tint. Give it a good shake. Oh, there goes my puppy. Off the chair. I can be more centered now. Woohoo! Oh, that is much more pigmented than I thought it was going to be for a skin tint. I think I fucked up again and got it way too dark. But we'll try it. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Also, in what universe is that light? That does not look light at all. I just hope it blends out really nicely. Note to self, you are a porcelain, apparently, at Huda. It looked like it was going to match me in the bottle. Also figured because it was a skin tint, it wasn't going to be that pigmented. Whew, was that wrong? So even though it's a skin tint and it's very pigmented, it doesn't actually add that much coverage. Maybe when I'm at my most tan, this is a good match. Sure as hell ain't right now, but I think I've pulled it down enough that maybe we can pretend. this is my skin color. So overall, getting past the issue of me getting the color horribly wrong, let's actually look at how it looks. It's doing something really weird right here, where it's clinging to like a super dry patch that I have that I didn't know was a dry patch until now. So it's definitely not sitting well on that. Surprisingly not too bad on the actual acne, which I would have assumed was drier. The forehead's looking pretty crusty. Overall, I would say that that's kind of a fail because it's just like, it's not, it's called multi-dew. Okay, it looks like my skin is dewy, but I just kind of think it has some sort of reflect to it. It does not sit well on my actual skin. I do not like that at all. Maybe I just start going without foundation. Like, I don't know at this point. Let's try the bronzing powder, which is probably now too light because this foundation is way too dark, but we'll try it in 01 light. Don't think it's gonna make any dent, but we'll try it. See if I need bronzing powder when I already look like I'm bronzed to the gods. Okay, that actually is really nice powder. You can barely tell where I put it because it's already like super freaking dark because of this foundation, but I like that. It doesn't look heavy. It still actually has some pigment even though I'm already bronzed like crazy. And it's a little bit glowy, like a tiny bit glowy. So I do like that actually. And I like the color because it doesn't look like it's doing too much on this already too dark for me foundation, but on my actual skin it will be a nice bronzing powder. It didn't disturb the makeup, didn't make it look any worse than it already did. So I will give bronzing powder a pass. I like that. That is nice. So far in the wins, the Diamond Lip Balm and the bronzing powder. Losses, the foundation, not just because of my color match stupidity, but also because of how it's sitting. Like, I wish I could show you. Wish the camera didn't blur so much. Like, it just naturally does that. I don't know how to turn it off, but it might also be the light, the ring light. Anyways, but it's like super clinging to dryness right here, like above my actual acne. Right here, it looks like I have scales. And I did not before I put this on. Like, it's so weird. Like, my forehead looks like I have scales as well. The places where I even put the primer, it still looks dry. Like, I was expecting it to be like a dewy foundation, so a moisturizing foundation. No. So if you have dry skin, don't do that. Don't do that foundation. Just don't. Trust me. All right, so I don't have an actual blush with me, so I'm gonna go grab one. I'll be right back. So I didn't buy a blush or a highlight because they actually didn't have any blushes on the site that were still available. That was the one downside there. I couldn't actually even get a blush even if I wanted one. So I'm just gonna use the ColourPop Catch My Vibe Pressed Powder Blush, add a bit of rosiness. And then I'm going to use the ColourPop Super Shock in Coasting, the highlighter. Okay, there we go. As you can see, and I kind of probably just glossed over it, is I'm not covering up my acne with concealer right now. I'm just loving the fact that I have very little of it at the moment and kind of just wanting my actual skin to show through, which is why I was so excited about this, because the tint meant to even out your skin tone, not necessarily meant to cover, and just it sucks that it kind of sucks. But okay, next product would be brow pencil. I'll try it in the soft black because again, that's the color of my actual hair in my eyebrows. My hair in my head is not black, but the color of my eyebrows is. So I figured I'd try a soft black eyebrow pencil. It is super fine. Like, you can draw little individual hair. So I don't know how long this is gonna take, but we're gonna try it. Okay, I see you. It doesn't make, like, so my eyebrows are naturally pretty thick and full. And so when I try to fill them in, it looks like I overdo them the majority of the time. But this is so fine, letting me get such precise control that I feel like I'm just filling in the sparse areas. And it actually looks like I didn't draw them in. This might be my new favorite brow product, okay. So it seems like that should take a lot longer because it's so fine. But for me, that took way less time than any other product I have tried. Why? Because I didn't have to fix it. So for me, again, as I said, my eyebrows are pretty full naturally, and that is actually an insanely good color match I have been getting them way too light, apparently. My brows are black, not brown. They're black. But that, oh, I love it. It's perfect, actually. It's perfect. And it took like almost no time because I don't have to fill in very much, just a little bit. And I'm like drawing in the hairs, so it's a little bit more sparse than normal. And it's just like making my brows look really, really freaking good. I normally hate my brows when I try to do my brows because they make them look like thick and like caterpillars and like stuck on my face because it's just, they're already kind of thick. And so if I add more product, it just makes them look weird and gross. But that, let me know what you think of my brows in the comments down below, because like this is the first time that I've been digging the brow look. Like I actually like it, and that's just mind-boggling for me. The more I'm looking at the skin tint, the less crazy dark it looks somehow. Still looks hella dry though. Next, obviously I can't try out the Wishful Glow Scrub because, you know, but I already know that I like it, so that's a yes. And then this, yes. I will have to wait to try out this brow gel thing because I love this look and I don't want to mess it up. So I like this too much to add that in. I think because of the eye look that I'm going to go for today, I'm going to skip over using these melted matte and metal shadows because these are great for really easy, simple, you don't want to try too hard kind of looks. You kind of just put them matte all over up into the crease, and then the liquid shimmer like inner third, maybe like 2/3 of the way across, and boom, there's your eye look. It'll look great. Like these are for if you don't want to try, and they feel really nice. So I'm actually excited to try these later, but just not right now. And they're in two kind of colors that I think would look really good. So like super easy eye looks, really bomb colors that I think I would actually wear. So those overall look kind of good and nice. So I think those will be good. But the thing I'm really excited to try, this nude palette. I have been lusting after this since it came out. I'm just gonna show it to you without the mirror. I don't know what it is, but this color story always freaking spoke to me. So I am excited to get to play with it. We'll do something nice and light and fairly neutral. And so I'm gonna go into this first one here called Secret. Okay, so first thoughts. They're not as pigmented as I thought they were going to be. That's not necessarily a bad thing if it's not super pigmented, as long as it's buildable, and it is. So it's buildable, but not super pigmented initially. Like it's pigmented, but not a lot. And so you can actually control the level of color fairly easily to get what you want to show up on your lids, which makes it pretty beginner friendly. I'll give it that. The color is nice and feels soft so far. So far it sat really well on my eyelids, didn't cling, didn't go patchy. Let's try the next color. Let's go into Tickle, which is this one right here. I'll just put that kind of near the outer edge and up into the crease. I will say this, they blend really well into one another. I'm gonna take a bit of clay up here and just go over the top, up into the brow bone to soften those edges. I'm gonna take a bit of Teddy, which is over here, and just pull that underneath. Shimmer time. Okay, so there are a few more glitter shades in here than I would like. I wonder if these are not like fully pressed glitters, these marbled ones, and if they're more shimmer shades, because otherwise that's like 6 pressed glitters. But I think the only pressed glitters are Excited and Infatuated. Kinky is a true shimmer here. Here is a true shimmer. These two are pressed glitters. I don't know about these marbled ones though, so we'll try one of the marbled ones. We'll go for Daydream on the lid. Oh yeah, that's just more of a shimmer. That is a punchy shimmer. Wow. I'm actually gonna go over those with a brush just to lessen them. There we go. They were just a little too good. Just a little. That's much better. That's a much softer shimmer. I don't think I've ever said that before, that shimmer is too good. And then I'm just gonna take a tiny little bit of Crave and just pop that in my inner corner. This is actually better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. So I like that. I still like that. I think this will be my new go-to palette for everyday looks. Definitely going to have to calm down with the shimmer though. Yeah, I'm going to apply that with a brush from now on because a little too punchy. Not a bad problem to have. Too much impact. You can always soften it with shadow. Whereas like if it's not impactful enough, you're kind of screwed. That is really nice. Okay, time for the lips. Everything is actually kind of very pinky toned, and this nudie peach one is much more peach. I don't know how well that'll go on. I can try a little swipe of it, see. So that's it on. I'm not sure how well it goes with this vibe, so I might just actually try going over it with the purple to give it a bit more cool toned. Well, that did help a little bit. So the good things about this though is it actually is much more pigmented than I expected, and it's quite hydrating feeling, so I think I am gonna like that, just maybe not necessarily with this look that I picked, which is much more cool tone purpley vibes. Maybe with a more warm look it would be perfect, but that's actually really nice, so cool. All right, last but not least is the mascara. That's not mascara, the mascara. So we'll do both sides. Oh, that's the last side. Let's do the first side. This spiky ball. So that was the volumized side, and the next side is the curl and lengthen side. Okay, well, that did actually add a little bit. Although, as I tend to find with spiky ones, I inevitably poke myself in the eyeball, which hurt a lot. But it did. I mean, part of the thing is that because there's two different sides, I added much more mascara than I normally do, so maybe that's why I see more of an effect with it. It's hard to say. A lot of times with mascara as well, it depends on how it wears, whether or not it flakes and falls down, which I wouldn't know off of a first impression. It's supposed to be waterproof though, so we'll just have to see how it does. So for now, this is a keep. Not sold on it, but so far it's a keep. The only thing that was truly a miss out of the things I got was this glow skin tint. Yeah, it still looks like it's clinging to dry patches. Luckily that dry patch where it like did weird things is covered by my hair. So if I film other videos, no one will know. No one will know. They're never gonna know. The rest of the skin it actually didn't do too bad on, except for my forehead. My forehead seems to be like the Sahara half the time and just like soaks up moisture, and I don't quite understand how or why, but it does. It's unfortunate, but it does. But the rest of it, pretty happy with it all. I like the bronzer, I like the eyeshadow palette, I like the rest of it. I'm just not sold on the skin tint. Pretty sure I'm gonna like this lip liner as well, which I didn't get a chance to use. It just didn't go with the colors that I had chosen. That's all. All right. Well, that is my attempting to make a Huda Beauty advent calendar for myself. Let me know what you thought about the stuff that I picked, and would you have preferred to receive this as an advent calendar, or would you prefer the typical Huda Beauty advent calendar? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think I did a good job kind of matching values? And let me know what you thought about the products themselves. I mean, overall, my impression is pretty dang good. I already know I like the skincare sort of line from Huda, but I actually found quite a few products that I really like the eyeshadow palette, the bronzer. Actually found another bronzer that I like, except for my one color pop. So I have another bronzer. The lipstick stuff was good. The brow product is my new holy grail. Like, so good. I cannot get over it. I love it. I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person, it just makes it look like it's my eyebrows, but better. And I love that. It looks so good. But let me know down below what you think. Am I being too harsh on some of the products? What do you think of the products when you use them? And yeah, just let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you if you made it all the way to the end. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can be here for more of my videos in the future. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, beautiful people.